Welcome to Don's Moto Tours. Today's episode is going to be a moto vlog about the benefits of riding a motorcycle, what it can do for you and your health, also why riding a motorcycle solo becomes the norm as you get older, which is also going to lead me to a little bit of my riding experience. So we'll start with that. Been riding since I was a kid, dirt bikes, enduro bikes, and you know, gradually getting up to street bikes and stuff like that. Anyway, we're riding a 400 2018 Ninja today, KRT Ninja. I'm 67 years old, and I gotta tell you, riding makes me feel totally relaxed. There's not really a care in the world. I'm out enjoying the ride. Also, I'm sharpening my brain because you have to be alert. When you're a rider, you're like a radar. You're looking for potholes. You're looking for people coming out of a side street. You're looking in your mirrors to make sure nobody's going to clobber you at the red light. You know, always leave yourself an out. I mean, you got to be on your toes to ride a motorcycle. Also, you're slinging around about 500 pounds all day long, so you can burn calories actually riding a motorcycle, believe it or not. You can look that up. It is very factual. But try it. I mean, if you haven't ridden a motorcycle, I don't advise you to go down and buy a 1000, go to the class and start riding around like a wild man, because you're going to kill yourself. It takes years and years to be seasoned enough to go out and ride and be safe and actually stay in tune with what you really need to stay in tune with. But it has a lot of benefits. And I've been riding a long time. And my experience as a rider in the beginning was go to bike night and hang out with groups. And we did, it all started back in 2010 with my buddy Brad Quinn. May he rest in peace. But anyway, me and my buddy Mike Hickey went up to Acworth, Georgia in 2010. We went for a ride in the mountains. Wow. That was a very nerve-wracking trip for me because I'd never ridden in the mountains, and I learned a thing or two about gravity. Had to be careful in the mountains. But now, I crave the mountains. We're actually going to retire here next year and start looking for some property in the mountains. We find a nice home, we're going to go ahead and buy one. And like I said, when you're riding a bike, now I'm looking in the mirror to watch this guy here because people are texting and stuff, and you see I have a path here. If I see somebody's not going to stop, I can shoot right through there or this way, but I have room to do it. But back to what I was talking about. So in 2010 we went on that trip. We were a Memorial Day weekend, great trip. We were on it for 8 days. Then I was hooked. So then we formed the group, the Largo Wild Hogs. All high school buddies. We went in 2011. It was a fun trip. Then in 2012, too many riders. We had 12 riders. Now we got personalities that are clashing. There's drama. I don't want to eat here. But, you know, he's going too fast and this and that and the other. Do we have to ride 300 miles today? And wah, 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 wah. Well, we came to ride, so yeah, we're going to ride 300 miles today. But anyway, all that stuff becomes to be monotonous and very trying on your nerves. So, after that, I went on a ride in 2013 on the auto train with two couples and another buddy of mine, and that trip was okay. The guys that took the gals with them, they had to accommodate their women in some foggy conditions. They didn't want to ride in those kind of conditions, so one of the days they ended up all staying back at the room, and it was a catastrophe for them. They ended up breaking off and going on home after that. Me and Dave kept on rolling, did the whole trip. And then in 2014, I took a break for some reason or the other. My printing company wasn't doing well, so I just basically couldn't afford to go, so I didn't go. 2015, gonna try it again with the Dave and Frank, my two buddies. Like getting them to make their reservations was like trying to get somebody to pull their teeth out with a pair of pliers. It was ridiculous. So we went on the trip, and they ended up having to stay in my room at 3 different stops, because when you rent rooms on the resorts on the Parkway, you have to make reservations at least 3, 4, 5 months in advance to get a room. Well, they didn't do that, so they ended up staying with me. So then in 2016, we were going to do it again, and my wife, I was on the phone, I got a little aggravated because they weren't doing their reservations again. So my wife looked at me and said, you know, why you torture yourself? Why don't you just go by yourself? So I did, 2016. I rode all the way up the Blue Ridge Parkway, all the way to Shenandoah National Park. It was fantastic. Never had a better ride in my life. So I went solo for years, all the way until 2024. During Helena, I thought I met these cool people. Turned out to be not so cool. Conspiracy theorist people, drama, talking shit about people behind their backs. You know, I got involved in the group, and I was watching all this happen, so I had to take a bail. And you know, of course, I got blamed for everything, which is fine. I mean, it makes you feel good to blame someone else for whatever it is that was going on. That's up to you. But anyway, back to the reasons why I want to go solo. That's a really good reason right there. You just don't want to put up with a bunch of drama and stuff, you know. You just want to enjoy yourself. So this year, 2026, is going to be my 10th year anniversary of the same exact trip. I took it in July 2016. I left on the 16th of July. This year I'm leaving on the 17th of July, 10 years later. And it is going to be a great trip. I'll lay that plan out for you here. The first day I'm going to ride from here, Spring Hill, Florida. And I'm going to roll on up to Helen, Georgia. Hopefully I'll get there, you know, at a reasonable hour in the afternoon, 4 o'clock or so. This way I can enjoy a nice meal across the street, listen to some music, hang out a bit, and relax before I take off on the best part of the trip. The worst part is going to be the first day getting to Helen, Georgia on the interstate. That's never a fun ride on I-75 up to exit 165, which I'll get on 129 at that point, but there's still a bunch of towns you got to go through and all that. That'll be the monotony of the trip. The rest of the trip will be in the mountains. So when I leave Helen in the morning, I won't even be in a big hurry. I'll leave there about 9, 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock, let's say 9. So I'll put me in Cherokee at noon. So then I got like 60 miles on the Blue Ridge Parkway to go till I get to my room. Mount Pisgah Inn on the Blue Ridge Parkway. That's going to be my second night. So it'll take me at least 3 hours to get there because I'm going to stop and take pictures. I'm bringing my drone. I want to do some drone flights off the edge of the mountains and take some really cool photography this time. Watch it, buddy, watch it. And just relax and chill out. Second day, I'm going to be going to Blowing Rock and staying at the Mountain Air Inn. I've never stayed there before, so we're going to give it a try. But I'm going to have to take a detour because of the parkways shut down for repair in a lot of spots from the hurricane Helena. It did a lot of damage to the parkway, believe it or not. North Carolina got beat hard. But it's going to be an adventure because I'm going to have to get off the parkway in these little mountain towns, and I'm going to be on some cool roads that I've never been on before. So I'm looking forward to the adventure. And then when I get to Blowing Rock, I'll have to get off the parkway a couple more times on and off because of repair. But after that, there'll be a long stretch to Virginia. I think I forget the Rolling Rock Gap, Rockfish Gap, that's what it is. We'll have a bridge repair. I'll have to go around that before I'm entering into Shenandoah National Park. But anyway, the night after Blowing Rock, I'm going to be going to Hillsville, Virginia, where I'm going to go ahead and do a laundry stop. So I'm going to pack light. We'll get into the packing thing here in a little while. What to pack, what to bring, what I'm going to be bringing as a solo rider. After the Hillsville, then I'm going to be going to Bedford, Virginia, on the parkway, staying at the Peaks of Otter Resort. I'm going to hang there for 2 days. Going to do a lot of drone footage on the lake, do a write-up on the resort. I'm also going to do that at Mount Pisgah, fly the drone above the resort, do a little write-up for them, send them a video. I like doing stuff like that. I like to give information out and share my experience with everybody. Some of my stuff will help you out. And then after the Peaks of Otter, we're going to be the longest ride. From there, I think it's mile marker 83 on the parkway. Then I got to go up to mile marker 45 to stay at the Skyland Resort in Shenandoah National Park. So we'll have the 80 miles left of the parkway. Then we'll start at mile marker 105 on Skyline Drive, which is an extension of the Blue Ridge Parkway. And it heads on up to Shenandoah National Park, which is simply beautiful. You'll see some black bear. I mean, I don't think I've ever gone there and not seen a bear. They have the largest black bear population in the country. So, I mean, keep a sharp eye out, you'll see them. They're usually off the side of the road, just eating berries and just hunting for food and stuff. You'll see a mama with cubs. We always manage to see that as well. So, it'll be a lot of fun. After that trip to Skyland, on the last day, the 9th day, I'll jump on the bike and then we're going to head out of the park, out of the north entrance, Front Royal, Virginia, and we're going to be heading over to Lorton, Virginia, where we're going to catch the auto train. It's going to take me back home to Sanford, Florida, and then I'll be about 2 hours and 20 minutes from my house, which is not too bad after a nice 16-hour rest on the train. So that's my layout. And going solo is going to be perfect because I don't have to wait for people. I don't have to taunt people to make their reservations. I don't have to share rooms with anybody. I can leave when I want, do what I want, eat what I want, and it's just an enjoyable trip. Then you can find out exactly who you are and clear your mind of anything. And I mean, I do my best thinking when I'm on my motorcycle. It's just a great way to relax. Right now, I feel like I don't have a care in the world. And that's all I got for today. I'm Don from Don's Moto Tours, and that's why you ride solo.